Welcome back to UK Knowledge Guru. In this video, we will learn what is Windrush Scheme. We will also try to understand that what it means by Commonwealth citizen who arrived before 1973. And we will also learn how to apply. For this, we will also look deep inside the updated guidance which was published in November 2024, Windrush Scheme full eligibility details. We will look each step by step that what the guidance actually says and which countries can apply. So for example, if you are from Pakistan, you are from India or any Commonwealth country, you are eligible for the Windrush scheme. Further in this video, we will learn that who are the Windrush generation, which people we are talking about. And then we will also understand what is the actual Windrush scandal is. But first, let's watch this video.
Because this is my mother's British passport. Okay? They were born British.
We were classed as non-British, and then later along the line they found out that we were British. Myself, it happened to me, it happened to my son. He was on the verge of being deported even though he was born in this country, and they were ready to deport him.
I feel like they've used and abused us. They've used us, they've got what they want, and then they cast us out like old shoes. That is how I feel deep down inside.
So let's understand what is Windrush scheme. People who arrived in the UK many years ago and do not have proof of their immigration status have faced difficulties in proving their right to work, to rent property, and to access benefit and services to which they are entitled. The government apologized to people in this position and has made commitment to help them get proof of their immigration status. On 16th April 2018, the Home Office established a task force, now known as Windrush Help Team, to make immediate arrangements to help those who needed it. This included setting up helpline to get in touch with the Home Office. The Windrush scheme is the next step in providing help and support. A separate scheme will make it easier for people to access it and to understand what is on offer. Now let's understand who are Windrush generation. These are the people who arrived in the UK from Caribbean countries between 1948 and 1973. Many took up jobs in the NHS and other sectors. The name Windrush comes from the HMT Empire Windrush ship, which brought one of the large group of Caribbean people in the UK in 1948. As the Caribbean was at the time a part of British Commonwealth, those who arrived were automatically British subject and free to permanently live and work in the UK. Now let's understand what was the scandal. The Windrush scandal began to surface in 2017. After it emerged that hundreds of Commonwealth citizens, many of whom were from the Windrush generation, had been wrongly detained, deported, and denied legal rights. Currently, as per the Guardian newspaper, according to that, there are 3,720 cases which are actually waiting as a backlog. More than 1,000 wrongful immigration offences reviews not started 2 years after the scandal. So there are loads of people who are still waiting. According to the statistics, more than 3,500 claimants are still to have their cases resolved. And there are more cases. So what we need to do, we need to understand if you can be eligible for the Windrush scheme, because the total number which is currently known is 13,745 people have been refused request for citizenship and documentation proving their right to live in the UK. So obviously 11,000 people applied from overseas. So there are loads of cases. So let's understand further that what is this scheme and how to apply. To understand this, we will go on gov.uk, again the only genuine website. So first, let's try to understand the overview. If you are settled in the UK but have no evidence to prove it, you might be eligible to apply to the Windrush scheme. You may be able to apply for proof that you can live and work in the UK if one of the following is true. So number 1, you came to the UK from the Commonwealth country before 1973. Later on in this video, I will show you the list of all the countries. Number 2, your parents came to the UK from a Commonwealth country before 1973. Number 3, you came to the UK from any country before 31st December 1988 and you are now settled here. It's free to apply. You don't pay any charges, any fees to anyone. So proof that you will get depend on what you are entitled to based on your circumstances. Everyone has different circumstances. Depend what documents you have, what evidence you have. You might also be entitled to apply for citizenship for free if you are a Commonwealth citizen who settled in the UK before 1st January 1973, or you are a child of someone who did. So for example, your father arrived and he was part of this Windrush scheme, scandal, or whatever you say. You might be eligible to apply for British citizenship for free. Further, gov.uk says if you have suffered losses because you did not have proof of your right to be in the UK, in that case, if you are eligible for this scheme, you might also be able to apply for compensation. The compensation scheme is the losses that happened because you could not show that you had right to live in the UK. Now, what is the definition of losses? Losses can be things like not being able to work, find a place to live, or get health treatment. They can also be included as an immigration action, like they have detained you or they have removed you from the UK. You can get compensation for that. Now let's divide this video in two sections. Number 1, you arrived before 1973 from a Commonwealth country. In that case, you may be able to apply for proof of your right to work, right to live in the UK if both of the followings apply. Number 1, you are a Commonwealth citizen. Number 2, you were settled in the UK before 1st January 1973. Now, before going forward, let me show you the Commonwealth citizen countries. So this is the list of the Commonwealth countries. Australia, the Bahamas, Bangladesh, Brunei, Canada, Fiji, Ghana, Hong Kong, India, Kenya, Malaysia, Maldives, Malta, Mauritius, New Zealand, Nigeria, Pakistan, you have Singapore, South Africa. So this is the long list. Sri Lanka, this is the long list. So I'll put this list in the description as well. So if you wanted to access, you can get the access of this list. Further, it says what you are entitled to depend on whether you have been living in the UK continuously or you have left the UK for more than 2 years and came back, or you are outside the UK. So when you considering your case, if you arrived before 1973, then this is your scenario. Now, what if you have been living in the UK continuously? In that case, if you have lived in the UK continuously, you have the right of abode. You can apply for one of the following: British citizenship, a certificate of entitlement to right of abode, prove that you have ILR. But if you have left the UK for more than 2 years and come back, in that case, you are lawfully in the UK, you might be entitled for ILR. If you already have ILR, you might be able to apply for proof that you have indefinite leave to remain British citizenship. So it depends on case to case basis. Now let's see if you are outside the UK. In that case, if you have left the UK and lost your ILR, for example, you might be entitled a returning residence visa or a 10-year multiple entry visa. I know many applicants must be thinking that 1973 or before that, it's a long time we are talking about. But there is a catch. If you are a child of a Commonwealth citizen who arrived before 1973, in that case, you can apply for one of the following. You can apply for British citizenship. You can apply for a certificate of entitlement to the right of abode. You can also apply to prove that you have ILR. If you do not have ILR, but here you are lawfully in the UK, you can apply for it through a scheme. And for that to apply, one of your parents must be Commonwealth citizen or either was settled in the UK before 1973 or had a right of abode. You must have lived continuously in the UK since arriving or being born here. One of the following must also be true. Number one, you were born in the UK. Number two, you came to live in the UK before turning 18. You do not have to be lived in the UK continuously in the all that time. If you are automatically British citizen or a citizen of the UK and colonies from birth, you can apply for a document to confirm your status. Now let's see the part 2 of this. The part 2 is, what if you arrived before 1989? In that case, you can apply for proof that you might have right to live and work in the UK if you came in the UK before 31st December 1988 and you are now settled here. In that case, you can be of any nationality and you can apply for this scheme. Now let's see how to apply. To apply, we will go on gov.uk. Then after that, in the Windrush Scheme section, we will go down and we'll click how to apply. At the bottom, you have the option when you apply, the Home Office will work with other government department to find records of you living in the UK. None of your information will be shared with immigration enforcement teams. If you are in the UK, apply using the Windrush Scheme application form. You can post this form to the address which is provided, or you can send it to the email address which is Commonwealth Task Force @homeoffice.gov.uk. You can also phone them directly 0800 678 1925. If you are outside the UK, then you must apply using an online application form and it's free. You do not need to pay anyone. So the Windrush helpline phone number is in front of your screen, which you can use, and the email address is also in front of your screen.